some yachts are not boats, they are floating cities. They are engineering projects that took longer to build than most skyscrapers. They have features so extreme, so quietly outrageous that even the wealthiest people on land have never experienced anything close. We are talking about submarines docked inside the hull, pools with glass floors hovering over open ocean, operating rooms staffed by full medical teams, cinemas, nightclubs, and helipads, all on something that moves. Picture this: you wake up in a master suite larger than most apartments. The floor beneath your feet is warm marble, floor-to-ceiling windows stretch across the entire wall, and outside, nothing but open water in every direction. You descend 2 floors, not stairs, an elevator. You walk past a spa, past a wine cellar, past a room dedicated entirely to scuba equipment, and you step outside onto a deck the size of a tennis court. This is not a hotel, this is not a private island, this is a yacht, and it is moving. The global super yacht market is believed to be worth over $40 billion, and it is growing every single year. The wealthiest people on Earth are not just buying yachts anymore. They are commissioning floating architectures that redefine what private ownership even means. In the next few minutes, we are going to break down the wildest features ever built into these vessels. We will cover what each upgrade costs, why owners actually want them, and what the land equivalent would run you. By the end of this, you will never look at the word luxury the same way again. Let us start with the basics, except nothing about this is basic. To understand how extreme these yachts have become, you need to understand the scale. A super yacht is generally defined as any private vessel over 24 meters in length, but the ones we are talking about today, they start where super yachts end. We are in the world of giga yachts, vessels over 100 meters long, some stretching to 140, 150 meters, longer than a city block. The largest private yacht in the world is reportedly over 180 meters long. For reference, that is more than half the length of the Eiffel Tower, laid on its side, floating. These are not built in weeks, they take years. Some of the most complex builds have taken 5 to 7 years from first design meeting to launch. Entire teams of naval architects, interior designers, structural engineers, and marine technology specialists dedicate years of their careers to a single vessel. And the cost? Entry level for a true giga yacht starts somewhere around $200 million. The most expensive ever commissioned is believed to have exceeded $600 million. Some estimates suggest that number climbs past $1 billion when you factor in customization, technology integration, and ongoing operational costs. Now here is what is wild. The purchase price is only the beginning. Owning and operating a large super yacht reportedly costs around 10% of the vessel's value. Every single year. That means a $300 million yacht costs roughly $30 million annually just to keep running. Crew salaries, fuel, docking fees, maintenance, insurance. A fully staffed super yacht can require between 30 and 90 crew members depending on its size, running 24 hours a day. So who builds these things and why do they keep pushing the features further? That answer is more interesting than you might expect. The super yacht was not always this extreme. For most of the 20th century, large private yachts were symbols of wealth. Yes, but they were relatively restrained. Teak decks, elegant cabins, polished brass. Think classic, think understated European wealth. The shift happened in the 1980s and 1990s. A new generation of billionaires arrived. Faster money, bigger appetites, and a fundamentally different relationship with the word enough. Tech founders, energy magnates, hedge fund principals, and global media owners started commissioning vessels that reflected not just wealth, but ambition. The Dutch shipyard Feed Ship, the German builder Lursen, and the Italian yards at Benetti and Fincantieri began receiving briefs unlike anything they had seen before. Owners wanted helipads, multiple helipads. Owners wanted submarines, not toy submarines, real ones, classifiable as submersible vehicles capable of operating hundreds of feet below the surface. One early turning point reportedly came when a prominent owner asked for a beach club built into the stern of the vessel, not a swim platform. A full club with a bar, loungers, and sea-level access that opened directly to the water like a garage door. Shipyards looked at the request and delivered it. And once one owner had it, every owner wanted it. Beach clubs are now considered a near standard feature on any yacht above 60 meters. What was once a wild custom request is now listed in the base specifications. That is the pattern with almost every feature we are about to walk through. Something outrageous becomes something expected, and then something even more outrageous takes its place. Let us get into the actual features, the ones that will make you stop and question whether the laws of physics were consulted. We start at the top, and feature number 1, the onboard submarine. This is not a metaphor. Several super yachts have been built with submarine bays integrated directly into the hull. The submarine is stored below the waterline, deployed via a dedicated docking system, and is capable of carrying passengers to depths of 300 feet or more. The estimated cost of integrating a personal submarine into a yacht build is reportedly between $3 and $7 million for the submersible itself. The structural modification to the hull to accommodate it can add several million more. Land equivalent? There is no real equivalent. The closest comparison would be a private submarine hangar facility, which essentially does not exist for individuals. This is purely a feature that yachts created. Companies like Triton Submarines have reportedly built personal submersibles for some of the world's most prominent yacht owners, with custom finishes to match the mother vessel's interior design. Feature number 2, the glass bottom pool. Imagine a swimming pool suspended above the ocean. With a transparent floor, you are floating in water. Below you, through the glass, is the actual sea, sometimes dozens of feet deep. Sometimes you can see marine life moving beneath you. The structural engineering required to suspend a water-filled glass structure on a moving vessel while maintaining the integrity of the hull is extraordinary. Some estimates suggest a custom glass bottom pool on a super yacht runs between $1 and $4 million, depending on size and complexity. Land equivalent: a cantilevered infinity pool on a high-rise penthouse runs roughly $400,000 to $1.5 million. The yacht version is harder to build and more expensive to maintain. Feature number 3, the onboard medical suite. Several large super yachts are believed to carry fully operational medical facilities. We are not talking about a first aid kit, we are talking about surgical grade operating rooms, ICU level equipment, and in some reported cases, staff that includes a physician or nurse on permanent rotation. Some estimates suggest a fully equipped onboard medical suite can cost between $500,000 and $2 million to install, not counting ongoing staffing. The owners who commissioned these features are not being paranoid. When you are in international waters, the nearest hospital could be hours away by helicopter. We keep going. Feature number 4, the helipad. A single helipad is now considered relatively standard on any yacht above 80 meters, but some vessels have been built with 2 helipads, one forward, one aft, allowing simultaneous landings. A standard helicopter landing pad installation on a yacht is reportedly valued at between $300,000 and $1 million. When you add a dedicated hangar to store the helicopter below deck, that number can triple. Land equivalent: a private helipad on a residential estate runs roughly $200,000 to $500,000, but it does not move and it cannot coordinate dual landings at sea. Feature number 5, the onboard cinema. Not a screen in the lounge, a dedicated cinema room, tiered seating, acoustic panels, a projector system calibrated for the dimensions of the room, and in several reported builds, a fully stocked concession area staffed by crew. Some estimates suggest a custom super yacht cinema runs between $250,000 and $1 million depending on the technology level and finish quality. Feature number 6, the nightclub. Several vessels are reportedly built with fully operational nightclubs below deck. Soundproofed rooms with professional DJ equipment, lighting rigs, bars, and dance floors. One vessel, reportedly commissioned by a prominent European owner, is believed to have a nightclub capable of accommodating dozens of guests with acoustics specifically engineered, so the music does not transfer vibration into the hull structure. A custom nightclub installation on a super yacht is estimated between $500,000 and $2 million. On land, a comparable private entertainment room in a luxury estate might run $150,000 to $400,000. Feature number 7, the beach club with retractable hull. We mentioned beach clubs earlier, but the evolution of this feature deserves its own moment. The most advanced versions involve entire sections of the hull that open outward hydraulically, extending a platform that becomes a private beach environment at sea level. Some include sand, actual sand, brought on board, spread across the platform, and deployed when anchored in calm waters. The experience of sitting on a private beach in the middle of the ocean on a vessel that can leave at any moment is reportedly something that no land-based property can replicate. Step back for a moment. We have covered submarines, glass-bottom pools, surgical suites, helipads, cinemas, nightclubs, and private beaches deployed from inside a moving vessel. The combined cost of adding all of these features to a single build, some estimates place that figure between $20 and $40 million in upgrades alone, on top of a base vessel that might already cost $150 to $400 million. The total annual operating cost of the world's largest super yachts is believed to exceed $50 million per year for the most complex vessels, when crew, fuel, maintenance, and docking are fully accounted for. Here is what makes this interesting beyond the spectacle. These vessels are not just symbols of wealth, they represent a philosophy. The owners commissioning these builds are people who have, in many cases, optimized every other area of their lives. The homes, the security, the travel, and they have arrived at a conclusion that most of us never reach. The world's best hotels and estates cannot offer what a yacht offers. Total control, total mobility, and total privacy. You do not check in, you do not share a lobby, you do not negotiate with local regulations in the same way. You are sovereign in international waters in a way that no land-based property allows. Picture this. You decide at midnight that you no longer want to be in the Mediterranean. You want to wake up off the coast of Montenegro instead. You tell the captain. By morning, you are there. No flight. No hotel change, no disruption. The yacht did not move around you, you moved with the yacht. The world's top super yacht charter rate for the largest vessels is reportedly between $1 and $2 million per week, not including expenses. And those vessels are still considered more affordable than ownership. So the next time you see a photograph of a massive white vessel anchored off some perfect coastline, understand what you are actually looking at. You are looking at a decision, a very specific, very deliberate, extraordinarily expensive decision to build a private world and take it everywhere. The question is not whether features like this should exist. They exist because someone wanted them badly enough to pay for them, and because brilliant engineers found ways to make them real. The real question is, what comes next? Because if history tells us anything about this industry, whatever seems impossible today is already being designed somewhere, and someone right now is signing the contract.